What
far
I'm
less
about to say
glamorous than
will
it
shock you.
appears.
People who work for Hollywood
Behind the
stars don't
scenes,
have it as good
one
as
of
it
the
looks
most
behind the
cherished
scenes.
actresses,
LisaRaye
Hey
McCoy, a
everyone,
famous
you may
actress
find it hard to
loved for her
believe,
beauty,
but the
strength, and
reality of Hollywood
toughness, and was
icons
thrown into the
is
saddest trip a mother could ever imagine. Lisa, who was 57 years old, had to deal with the unthinkable. She had to say goodbye to her daughter Key because of a terrible illness that turned their lives upside down. Let's start. Do you know LisaRaye? The same woman who walked red carpets, acted in unforgettable movies, and became known as a Hollywood star who could not be broken. There was a woman behind that confident smile who was just like any of us. She was beautiful in picture shoots and interviews. She is weak, loves her family, and is very watchful of them. She was more than just her life. Lisa made it clear that her daughter always came first. She was her light and happiness. That was Lisa's life, the fame, the wealth, and the attention. There was a mother who would do anything to keep her child safe, though. Things began to change one day, though. It wasn't a shock right away. At first, the changes in weight, feeling tired, and getting headaches were small things that could be explained away as worry. Like a lot of us, they thought it was just the ups and downs of life. Lisa wasn't sure, though, because she is a caring and watchful mother. Just to be sure, she made Kai go to the doctor and get tests, and everything looked good at first. The results didn't say a great deal. In the beginning, they thought it was just one of those strange moments that teens go through. Soon, though, things went in a scary and dramatic new direction. It wasn't until one terrible night that T passed out at home. That was the start of the family's worst fear. There was a rush to get to the hospital, where tests were being done, and fear filled their whole lives. After living a life in the public eye, Lisa and Key had to deal with a much darker truth behind closed doors. The news they got was nothing less than terrible. She was told she had a violent, rare autoimmune disease that hurt her own organs and tissues. The sickness was already very far along, and the only thing the doctors could do was slow it down. There was no way to get better. Can you picture the shock and grief? LisaRaye McCoy had been through a lot in Hollywood, but now she was getting ready for something much worse. No one could win the war her daughter was in. She was the joy of her life. Going to fancy events and business talks turned into sleepless nights by her daughter's hospital bed in an instant. The woman who used to be beautiful
far
and whose
less
career was
glamorous than
built
it
on her
appears.
power and poise was now filled
Behind
with
the
the pain of a
scenes,
mother
one
seeing
of the
her
most
child
cherished
suffer.
actresses,
She wasn't living the
Hey
life she
everyone,
had planned or
you
expected,
may find it hard to believe,
but this was her
but
life
the reality
now,
of Hollywood
and she was
icons
ready to
is
fight this war, no matter what. This part of the story makes me cry even more. It's not like LisaRaye McCoy to talk about her private life, so she chose to hide this pain and sadness from everyone. She didn't tell her fans right away about the news. People hadn't posted, seen, or heard anything about them in months. It made fans and the media wonder, was she okay? Was she not feeling well? What went wrong? There were rumors going around that Lisa was having problems with her money or a personal issue, but she never said a word. Then everything changed one day. In the most honest and open way, she finally broke her silence. LisaRaye shared her heart with the world in an Instagram video that seemed to be taken from Key's hospital room. She was showing us her real pain and fears. We knew this woman for her strength and poise. She began, "I know many of you have been wondering where I've been." Her voice was shaking with emotion. "I'm ready to tell you something very personal today." With those words, the world learned the terrible truth. She was her daughter, and she was fighting for her life against a rare and dangerous cancer. The outlook was not good. Now, this wasn't just a famous breakup. It was hard for a mother and their family to deal with unthinkable problems. The story is also unique because LisaRaye shared her pain in a very personal way, which had been going on for months. She didn't run away from it. People didn't tell her they felt sorry for her. She did it so her fans could understand what she was going through. She told them, "I want to be real with you. Leaving tears, they say we only have a short time left. Even though we're doing everything we can, I'm getting ready for the hardest goodbye a mother could ever have. Now, though, this is where things get interesting." Even though LisaRaye and her daughter Kai were in a lot of pain and sadness, they were incredibly strong when they got this terrible news. You won't believe how they kept holding on to each other during a storm that no one saw coming. The public only saw the video that made them cry and heard the sad news, But there was a lot more going on behind the scenes. Lisa wasn't just interested in being a popular actress or the movie star that everyone knew. The story was about a mother who would do anything to give her dying daughter the love, support, and comfort she needed. It was different from the other times she had been hurt and struggled, like when her marriage ended in
Far less
public or her
glamorous than
job
it
went up and
appears.
down. She had never been through
Behind the
anything so
scenes,
hard.
one of the most
But now
cherished
comes the
actresses,
crazy part.
Lisa.
He
Hey
had one
everyone,
easy but
you may
important
find it
request
hard to
for her mother.
believe,
In the
but the
middle
reality
all
of Hollywood
the pain,
icons is
everything changed. Even though she was trying to stay alive, she was thinking about what would happen to her mother. Sources close to the family say that she made LisaRaye promise that she would accept, let go of the past, and move on in one of the most heartbreaking and mature scenes. She knew that her time was short. He told her mother, "I want you to forgive, let go of the pain, and live fully, even after I'm gone." In a moment that showed how deep her soul really was. That's like a daughter who was about to die telling her mother to stop being angry, heal, and live. This is where the story took a turn I didn't see coming. LisaRaye had been dealing with her own problems and problems in her family for a long time. Now she had to deal with her daughter's last wish. Lisa was amazed by Kai's knowledge and her calmness in the face of unbearable pain. Not only did they have to get through the disease, they had to thrive in it, even though time was running out. The fight for her daughter's life was no longer the only thing at stake. It was also a fight for mental healing, peace, and reconciliation. LisaRaye started to change in strange ways over the next few days. Even though she was sad, she thought about what she said. She got in touch with family members she hadn't talked to in years. The world has always known that Lisa and her sister Dode have a rough relationship, with years of misunderstandings, fights, and being apart. But as Kai's situation got worse, LisaRaye did something very special. She made peace with her sister. You won't believe how emotional it was when they were seen holding hands at a secret family gathering. The intense hug was caught on camera by paparazzi, who saw a rare and powerful moment of healing. Not just a get-together, it was a symbolic act that showed how love and forgiveness can heal. That wasn't all. LisaRaye also tried to make peace with old friends, even past co-stars with whom she had a fight. In an honest conversation, LisaRaye said, "Life's too short to stay mad. I'm learning to forgive myself as well as other people. No one saw that change coming." People had always thought of her as a strong, independent star, but now she was becoming more sensitive and humble. She didn't just change for herself. She did it for her daughter Kai and the promise she made to her. LisaRaye felt strong enough after Kai's death to face her own past,
far
heal,
less
and
glamorous
start
than it
over.
appears.
This story
Behind
is
the
different
scenes,
because
one of
LisaRaye
the most
wasn't only
cherished
thinking about
actresses,
herself when she was sad.
Hey everyone,
She
you
was
may
thinking
find it
about
hard
what her
to
daughter
believe,
would leave behind.
but the reality
And
of
that's where
Hollywood
this story
icons
really
is
gets interesting. While everyone was sad about Lisa's death, not many people knew about the very private project she had been working on in secret before she got sick. Kai was in danger of dying, but she only wanted to make one wish come true, to help other young women who are also sick. She wanted to make something that would last after she was gone. Another sad turn in the story comes at this point. She began a charity work, which she thought might be called the Chi Project, to assist other young black women with rare and long-lasting illnesses like herself. During her long stays in the hospital, she saw other young women going through hard times without enough help or resources. She didn't want them to have to go through their problems on their own, so she set out to make something that would help them with their mental health, give them money, and give them a place to talk to people who knew what they were going through. She said, "If I can't make it through this, maybe I can help the next girl in that hospital bed." Giving other people hope was her last wish. But this is where things get really sad. LisaRaye faces the hard truth of what will happen next as she starts the painful process of honoring her daughter's memory. LisaRaye's world seems dull for some reason now that she has lost her daughter. There was a time when the woman who seemed so strong and unbreakable was going through a terrible loss. You won't believe how much LisaRaye has to think about everything again, even her life in Hollywood. LisaRaye was known for many years as the beautiful Hollywood star who lived her life in the spotlight and always looked fierce and calm. But this unimaginable loss has taken away that image, leaving behind a woman who isn't sure of her place in the entertainment world. Her job, which used to define her, feels almost insignificant now that she has lost someone close to her. You can see it in her eyes, and in the way she talks about her future now. Things are different. The story is different because LisaRaye has always been honest about how hard it is for her to be famous. Kai had talked about how the show business made her feel like she was always being watched for a long time before she was diagnosed. The stress of having to keep up a perfect image and always look young and beautiful was starting to do some damage. Now, though, after her daughter died, LisaRaye is thinking more seriously
Far
about what
less
her life
glamorous
is
than
all
it
about.
appears.
And as LisaRaye
Behind the
has been
scenes,
working hard
one
to
of the
start
most
the Chi
cherished
McCoy
actresses,
Foundation.
Lisa.
Its main
Hey
goals
everyone,
will be to help
you may
young
find it
people
hard
with
to
rare
believe,
illnesses
but
and
the
bring
reality of
attention to
Hollywood
the sickness
icons
that killed
is
her daughter. This isn't just some random kindness. For LisaRaye, this purpose comes from the bottom of her heart. She is determined to use the sad death of her daughter to give other people hope. The foundation's goals are to help young people get medical care. Chi was happy and light, and I want her name to be a sign of hope for other people. LisaRaye said in a recent interview that she's not only remembering her daughter Chi, but also making sure that her spirit goes on and everyone the foundation helps. The huge amount of support LisaRaye is getting from people in Hollywood makes this even more amazing. Stars like Vivica A. Fox, Niecy Nash, and Tisha Campbell have said in public that they admire Lisa's strength and her determination to do what her daughter wants. The journalists who have been following Lisa around for years are now really behind her, sometimes even when things look the worst. The light of love, community, and kindness can come through. Our work with the Chi McCoy Foundation is just the start. LisaRaye has promised to carry on her daughter's work, and already friends of celebrities and people who work in the business are offering to help. Some people have offered to hold events to raise money, and others have given money to help the cause. Even though Chi was sick herself, she had a dream of helping other people, and now that dream is coming true and everyone is watching. This is where the story takes another turn that no one saw coming. Fans start to wonder if this is the end of LisaRaye's job in Hollywood, as she puts all of herself into this new part of her life. LisaRaye used to be the picture of fame and success. Is she really done with the show business? Everyone has thought about the question. Does she no longer want to be an actress? Will she stop walking the red carpet, going to movie openings, and being on TV? For the first time since Kai's death, LisaRaye is thinking about getting back into the spotlight. But this time, it's not for the attention or the fame. Not this time. This is for a cause that means more to her than any other part she's ever had. Hollywood is keeping an eye on her as she thinks about taking on new projects that fit with her goal to bring attention to chronic sickness and the struggles that families like hers go through. Lisa talked about her desire to act again in an emotional interview with a big network. I've always loved telling stories, but now I want to tell important ones.
Far less glamorous
Some
than it
stories
appears.
show what it's like to be in danger
Behind
and
the
see
scenes,
someone you
one of
care
the most
about
cherished
suffer.
actresses, Lisa. Hey
These stories
everyone,
also show
you
how
may find
important
it
it is
hard
to
to
never give
believe,
up hope.
but the
Could
reality of
LisaRaye's
Hollywood
new goal
icons
be to use
is
her acting job to help a cause that is greater than herself? Fans wonder what will happen. The question that won't go away is another thing. Will LisaRaye keep fighting against how the media treat her? She has already made it clear that she doesn't want to live up to anyone's standards. This woman has been through the best times of fame and the worst times of losing someone close to her. She's not going to let anyone tell her how to live her life or deal with her grief. This is why she's been so outspoken in interviews, arguing against the media's sometimes hurtful story, and saying that her journey is hers alone. No one can tell her how to deal with her grief or how to start over. But there are times when being in the public eye is still hard. LisaRaye has always been strong, but no one can fully prepare for the stress of having to keep up looks while grieving a daughter. Even so, she's taking the attention with style, showing the world that she's stronger than ever. And it looks like everyone is pulling for her more than ever. The big question now is what will happen to LisaRaye in the future. Is this the beginning of a new time for her? One in which she speaks up for those who can't speak for themselves and helps those who are suffering in silence? Or will she stay out of the spotlight and focus only on her daughter's legacy and the trust she set up in her name? There's no simple answer, but one thing is for sure. LisaRaye is not the same woman who used to rule Hollywood. To honor her daughter in a way that will touch people for years to come, She's found a new strength and a new goal. She has no idea where this trip will lead her. LisaRaye's story is not over for sure. Even though she's been through unbearable pain, she now has a stronger sense of why she's here. Nope. One thing is certain, LisaRaye will always be a force to be reckoned with, whether she goes back to Hollywood or keeps doing good things for other people. In the end, LisaRaye's story is one of strength, pain, and hope. Everyone should remember that even when things look bad, we can always find a way to make something beautiful out of our pain. There is always a chance to start over, even after terrible things happen. LisaRaye's story shows this. As long as LisaRaye walks the red carpet or works behind the scenes to make a difference, she will always be a sign of strength, love, and the unbreakable bond between a mother and her
Far
child.
less glamorous than it appears.
We don't know what will happen next for
Behind the
LisaRaye
scenes,
as this
one of the
story
most
comes to a
cherished
close.
actresses,
For sure, though,
Lisa. Hey
we'll
everyone.
all be here to
You
back
may
her
find it
every
hard to
step of the
believe,
way.